In my last video, I set a goal of scaling a web design agency from $0 to $10,000 profit per month on this channel. If you didn't see my last video, I advise you go check it out before you watch this one. In today's episode, it's going to be a bit more raw. We're laying down the foundations for the business, and hopefully by the end of the video, you can see how fast you can actually start a business. Anyways, now it's time to start laying the foundation, so let's get straight to it. All right, now we're on the plan chart that I had in my last video. As you can see, still the same. The foundations, getting clients, delivering the service for the clients, and then finally scaling, starting at ground zero at foundations. I'm going to mark the things that I'm on as green, and we're just going to take it one step at a time. Honestly, the first step to starting any agency is going to be picking a niche. The niche is the groundwork for the agency. You're not going to have a service or anything to offer unless you know who you're offering it to. I'm going to start working on figuring out what my niche is going to be. I created this Notion document earlier to list out all the foundations for the business, and I advise you follow along with me. So for the location, pick your city and country, or pick your city and state. If you're in the US, if you're outside of the US, pick your city, country. Basically, however that works for you, just pick that. You want to start local. Being local is easiest. Now we're on the step of picking the niche. There's many different ways to go about picking a niche, but I've just decided to use AI because it's quick and easy, and I want to get this done so I can get started on outreach immediately. I think the first thing to do here would be researching agencies local to you. So for me, it's going to be Dallas, Texas agencies. So I live in Dallas, Texas, and we're just going to see what kind of agencies are around. So we got staffing agencies, Loomis, I don't even know what that is. Anyways, staffing, employment agencies. So there seems to be a lot of employment agencies, not very many website design agencies, but that will be the next step. We're going to see if there's any website design agencies local to us. Dallas, Texas, web design agencies. And we see that Best Dallas Web Designers, these people are sponsored. Let's see their website. I don't want to fill that out. Are you sure you want to leave? Yes, I'm sure. Compare free local web design quotes. Oh, their website's really, really basic. Oh, they do everything. So this is not a niche agency. Not at all. So it seems like there's not really many Dallas agencies around me that do web design, so that's a good sign. That gives me hope that I'll have an easier time closing some clients. Now that I've done a little bit of research to figure out who's around and what my competition looks like, just in a general sense, it's time to get an idea of what niches I can go into to do some more in-depth research. And for that, we're going to use AI. So I've developed a prompt to get my own personal AI assistant that has the context needed to answer my questions, knowing that I'm in pursuit of starting a web design agency. If you guys want me to show you how to set that up, let me know in the comments and I'll let you know. But otherwise, you could just open up ChatGPT and paste in exactly what I'm about to do right now. Boom. Okay. Once you enter the prompt and then you go through a little bit of a back and forth, if the response wasn't that good, like I did here, then you'll land on something like this. This is honestly a pretty good list of niches, and a really great thing about it is when you look at a niche, you don't want to just look at the niche as a whole, but you also want to dive into the sub niches, because that's where the real money is. Specializing is where you get actual bread. Medical and dental practices, it's really hard to get in contact with the owners. It's possible, but it's difficult, and I don't think I want to go through that, honestly. Financial advisors and wealth managers, that's a maybe, but they don't really need websites. That would be something completely different service. Home builders and remodelers, honestly, maybe. This could work. I'll put that in maybe. HVAC companies, let's see. I actually want to refine this. So after looking at the home builders and remodelers, the HVAC, all this stuff, I wanted to see what their average MRR or monthly recurring revenue would be, so I can know who I can charge the most. I don't really think these numbers are accurate because I know some of these are off for a fact, but commercial contractors, chiropractors would be a really good one, honestly. I would think about doing chiropractors, but I'm not going to. I don't want to work with chiropractors. But if you do, they all hang out on Instagram, FYI. Honestly, it's between HVAC, electricians, and commercial contractors. So I need to see how much these industries make. $46 billion industry. See if we can find any local HVAC companies. See what kind of websites they have and what kind of numbers they're doing. Yeah, this website's pretty not that good. Jadeer. This website is also very not that good. From what I'm seeing, at least locally, these HVAC companies have not very good websites in the slightest. HVAC industry is big. I now need to ask how big the HVAC industry is, because I want to see what their numbers are looking like compared to the numbers I looked up, which is huge. Oh my goodness. Okay. HVAC web design agency, Dallas. DFW HVAC company. There's already an established HVAC web design agency local to me, so we might have to circle back to that one, and I'll have to do some more research into something else. Commercial contractors. Let's check that out. So I'm just trying to get a feel for how much money circulates through each industry so I can know which one is worth my time to pursue, because if the business doesn't make enough money monthly, they're not going to be able to afford my high ticket fee for a website. So you can see electricians coming in at the lowest at 100,000 minimum, with the highest minimum being 2 million. Commercial contractors. Physical therapy centers are pretty high up there. Now we're gonna ask for some sub niches. Here's some potential high revenue sub niche ideas with a few of the top industries. So honestly, I like skipping over medical. I don't really want to do this. Wealth management, tax advisor. I don't want to do financial services either. As for construction, HVAC, and restaurants. You never said anything about restaurants. Oh my god. So I think it's either between physical therapy, some sort of construction. Okay, so now we're going to check out some physical therapists to see what their websites look like and to see what their prices potentially look like, so I can know how much these people are generating monthly. Still just trying to get a feel for what kind of niche to go for, but so far it's looking like some sort of construction-based niche. It's looking like home remodeling will be a good niche to go for. The AI is saying it will be. Very, very high ticket niche. One client could be anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000 sometimes. So I think the home remodeling niche is a good niche to go for, and I think that's the one that I'm gonna go for. So now that I know what niche I'm going for, home remodel. Alright, so now I've got my niche, my location, boom, niche chosen. If you don't know what ICP is, an ICP stands for your ideal customer profile. I made a video on it on my Instagram if you want to go check it out, but I'm making the ICP for my company right now. So company size that I'm targeting for now is going to be local businesses, so a company size of anyone from 1 to, I'd say, 15 employees, because we're targeting small local contractors right now, and they typically don't have a large sum of employees. For revenue numbers, well, they must be generating at least, I'd say, $15,000 or more in monthly recurring revenue. The decision maker is going to be the owner, the founder. That's who I want to get in contact with. What are the pain points, business goals, and bottlenecks? Okay, so potential pain points. To identify potential pain points of the home remodeling niche, we're going to ask AI and do some research. So here I'm just asking AI what the pain points of a business owner in the niche is, and then what some of the pain points of the niche as a whole overall are, and we're going to get a feel for what kind of things I should be targeting in my offer and what kind of content I can be putting on my website. Finding leads, closing deals, project management, payment collection, seasonality, large projects, homeowner expectations, licensing and regulations. Now I'm just trying to see out of these pain points if I can come up with an idea for what my irresistible offer is going to be, and I'll speak more on that when I get to that part of the video. And this is good. I like what it generated. We're going to be using this later when I get there. I just wanted to get it listed out now. So now it's time to ask what some of the biggest goals or targets that owners typically aim for. So I'm just asking AI what some of the biggest goals or some of the biggest targets that these home improvement company owners, now I get to know what goals they have, so I can present my offer as the solution to their problems and the thing that's going to push them towards reaching their goals. And now that I know, here's some of the most common goals and targets. Revenue growth, project volume, lead gen, customer retention. I don't really have anything to do with the profit margins. Now I have a list of pain points that a home improvement business owner would have. So now I have the reasons why they would need a website and the reasons for why having this website would help them reach their goals. Now I need to list out potential bottlenecks. What would it be? A gatekeeper, or just somebody like an assistant. If I were to cold call these businesses, would I have to speak to them before I could speak to the owner? Something like that. What else? Competition. I didn't really research my competition too much. I did a little bit, but I'll do that some more later. I don't know. I didn't really research my competition, but the competition could be fierce. I don't really know. I can't really think of any other bottlenecks for now, but there probably are a lot more. But now the ICP is established, so now the ICP is done, it's time to move on to deciding a service and an offer. So this is another part that a lot of people get stuck on typically when starting agencies, and that's because they either think too hard or they don't think hard enough. And I'm going to break down what I've learned about creating irresistible offers for your agency and how to go about doing that. There's a formula. So the formula for an irresistible offer is simply an NSVP plus an offer. I got this from the man Jordan himself, so you should go check him out. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So an NSVP is a niche specific value proposition or an emotional statement that feeds into a niche specific desire. So for an example, on the home improvement niche, let's say that their specific desire is to generate more leads. So you would be like, okay, and it usually goes in the format of, we help niche achieve results without some pain point. So in this case, and this is why it's important to fill out your ICP, because now you can just look, it's almost like you're dragging and dropping, done for you. You don't really have to think too hard to get started. An example of this would be, we help home remodeling or home improvement business owners achieve, revenue growth without, I guess I didn't really format this correctly, but we'll say without losing client retention. Now that's not really a good one, but it was the one I came up with for now. Anyways, and the second part of the offer, which is the offer, is you have to think about the person who you're trying to service. You have to think about their current situation that they're in, right? And then you have to evaluate what their desired situation is, and you present your solution as the solution to getting to where they want to be. So you say that this business owner is generating $10,000 a month in recurring revenue, and they want to be generating $30,000 a month in recurring revenue. And you know that building them a beautiful, performant website will generate them more leads, thus giving them more monthly recurring revenue. You now have your website as the bridge between their current situation and their desired situation, or their desired outcome. And so an offer would look like get specific result within time frame or risk reversal. So that would be something like get more qualified leads. I just realized though, actually this format, it can work, but it's not really what I'm going to be going for. So instead of saying within time frame, I just want to say get specific result or risk reversal, which would be, get more leads or you don't pay, or get a beautiful performant, get a website you will guaranteed love or you don't pay. Something like that will be the offer that you want to have. But now that I've gone over how to structure and format and create your offer, I'm going to work on creating mine. And you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug this into AI because that just makes my life easier. I'm going to paste in my ICP right here. And then at the bottom, I'm going to say, so I've already taken the liberty of writing the prompt out if you want to copy it. But basically just paste this prompt and then paste your ICP in. And it should generate you a list of potential offers that you can have for your business. So I found an offer on a website from a really cool guy. His name is Dean. You should check out his YouTube channel. I'll actually link it. But basically I used his offer as inspiration to generate mine. And let's see. We create the most trusted websites for roofers to win new business and build credibility with homeowners in their market. Get 10 hot leads within 30. We help roofing companies. My niche is home remodel. So AI generated quite a few ideas, and I'm going to go over them real quick to see if I can combine them into something good. We create the most trusted websites for home remodelers that build authority and credibility. So now I've messed with the ideas a little bit. I think I've landed on something. This can evolve over time, but for now I just wanted to get an offer out of the way, and my offer is we create the most trusted websites for home remodelers that build authority and credibility which allows you to generate better leads, book more consultations, and drive sales. So that's the offer that I'm going with for now. It didn't take me too long to figure it out with the help of AI especially. It sped up the process significantly. Okay, so now we've decided an offer. We didn't decide a service, but the service is pretty self-explanatory. It's web design, development. We're going to be creating websites for people. And it's not too in-depth because I don't exactly have the research on the industry that I'm getting into. But once I gather the research and kind of get a feel for how the rest of the websites are in the industry, then I'll be able to establish a service, which I will go over exactly what that is in the next video of the series.
Honestly, when you're picking your offer, I know it can be kind of hard because you're stating that you're going to achieve a very specific result for a business. And if you're a beginner or if you're into a new niche or a new industry, it's going to be super hard to feel confident enough to be able to say something like that. But that's the only way to really make it anywhere. And so your job is to under-promise and over-deliver every single time. Know exactly what you can do. Say you can do less, but still make it appealing. And then do 2 times, 5 times, even 10 times more. The reactions you'll get from these people are going to be significantly better than if you were to just say what you can do. And even if you did it, let alone not doing it, but even if you did it, it'll be like, okay, yeah, well, he said he was going to do this, he did it. But if you're like, I'm going to get you 2 clients and you end up getting them 5 clients, they will be over the moon. So just remember that. Now, onto the agency name. This one, I know a lot of people get hung up on. It's super, super, super easy to have it. People will spend days, even weeks, talking about, oh, I haven't started my business yet because I'm still trying to figure out the name and I'm trying to register it. And like, bro, it really doesn't take all that. You simply need to just pick a name and then go with it. So if you have absolutely no idea what name you want, try to use AI to find an industry-specific name. So type in agency names for whatever niche you're picking. Or you can just come up with something completely random, and then once you do that,
first thing you should do is just go to GoDaddy.com and you can type in the domain name of the business you're trying to get. Now let's say you're in my niche and Remodelers is the agency name that you want to pick. Type in remodelers.com, click search domain, it will search. It says that it's already taken and someone's charging $70 to pay for it, so obviously don't go for that. And then just keep playing around with things. Like let's say you wanted Remodelers, but remodelers.com was taking, well then try the remodelers.com. You can still make your business Remodelers. It's taken still, but pretend it wasn't. Then boom, your agency name can still be Remodelers, but your domain name doesn't have to be the exact same. Just letting you know. So when you're picking an agency name, just make it really, really, really simple. Don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated at all. Personally, I already have a registered business. I'm going to be just using a subsidiary of that business as my agency name. So I already have this one picked out, and you'll get to see it in a second. But that's done for me. For you, it should take no longer than 2 minutes to pick out an agency name. So you should basically be right along with me at this point. Now moving on to creating a logo. Again, personally, I don't really want a picture or anything. It's just too complicated. It'll take too much time. I already have a logo. It's just the company name. Typeface logo is what that's called. And typeface logos exist all over the place. As you can see, typeface logos are all over the place. For example, just looking at some of these top brands, like all these brands use typeface logos. Now, some of them used to be pictures. Or some of these high-end brands like Balenciaga, they just changed from one font to another basically. So yeah, I'm using a typeface logo. It's not going to take me any time to do anything because all I have to do is type. And now with that being said, I'm on the final step for this video, which is creating a website. How exciting. Now this is another step that people get stuck on because they get caught up in too many complicated things, but I'm about to show you how to create a website for your agency in like 5 minutes. It's going to be really simple and super easy, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So what I need you to do right now is open up a browser tab and type in pagy.co. When it comes to building a website, you can either build it for free, for cheap, or for very expensive, right?
there are ways to make websites for free, but the only way I know how to do that is to use code, which I can give a tutorial on. If you're interested in that, just let me know that down in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm going to show you a really cheap way to make a website. It's going to be cheap and fast and easy. Can't get better than that.
Pagy is a really cool creation that allows you to create websites by typing them out. Or you can just pick a template, which is what I'm going to do personally. And it's really cheap, like I said, pricing. It's $5 a month. That's not really much to invest. It's $5 a month and you get one page, and that's all you need. You only need a one-page website to really get started. You don't even need a website to get started, but if you have a website, one pager is all that's going to be required. If you want to upgrade, it's only $5 more. This is what I'm going to be using initially to create my website for the agency. And I know they have a good template already to pick right here. And since I have to type out the name of the site, which is going to be the URL for the website, the name of my agency is Mixon. It's not anything special. Like, it doesn't mean anything. There's no hidden meaning. It's just something I came up with. It's completely random. But now, what you have on Pagey when you select a template is it just has a bunch of sections on the website, and you get to edit the sections however you want. As you see when I hover over things, they're highlighted, so you just click, delete, drag, you can drag things around. It's really simple. So the goal with this website is just to establish myself as an authority figure, to have some social proof of who I am and my company. I'm not going to have any testimonials or case studies because I haven't worked with anybody yet, but that doesn't matter for now. The color scheme I already really like, so I think I'm going to go with that for now. But anyways, I'm going to just create this website really quickly, and then I'll go over everything once I'm done. So I'll see you very soon. Okay, so now the website is pretty much done. The reason I say pretty much and not completely done is because there's a few things I need to do before I can put them on the website, but most of the website is completed though. I'm going to take you through a bit of how I made my website so you can get some inspiration for making your own. Up here I put the name of the company as the logo. Really, really easy, really simple. I don't want too many links or too many different places that the viewer can go. I just have the home link and the contact link, which I will probably be removing. Here's the header and the hero image. This is going to change to something, I don't know what it is, but by the next episode it will have changed and I'll show you. That will be reflected. With this template, this trust symbol, this trust badge came, and I don't think any of these companies are real, but I'm going to leave it there anyways because it looks better, honestly. And we'll just see what happens with that. Probably don't do that, but I'm going to do it. We'll see how that goes. Here I'm going to put my Calendly link, so when people want to book a sales call with me, they can just come to my website and click it right here. And this button will also just take them down to here. And then this is going to be another image I don't have yet, but I'm going to change it to something. I just have some basic words, which, the copy can improve later. And then I just have this little bit at the end, so if they do somehow make it to the end, after reading this will be the emotional buy-in. This will get them to be like, hey, you know what, maybe I should just book a call. And see, there's not really much to it. This is something that you can honestly focus the least on in the beginning. As you scale and increase in revenue, it'll be important to have an established and really beautiful and performant website. But for now, this is all you need, honestly, to get started. And since I did this with Pagey, I'm going to show you how you can save and publish your website if you're doing it with Pagey. If not, you can skip ahead a little bit. All you have to do is click create an account. Once you create an account, the website will be saved under that account and you'll get a 7-day free trial, so you won't even have to spend money right away. But once you're done with your website and everything, just click publish up here, and then it will publish at whatever the URL at the top says. You can change that in the settings option. There's a bunch of different options you can explore. I'm not going to go over all of them in this video, but if you just take some time to look around, you'll be able to figure it out. But anyways, boom, website created. And that wraps up episode 2 of starting an agency from scratch and scaling it to $10,000 a month. So now all the foundations of the agency have been taken care of. It's now time to start working on getting clients. So in the next video, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be working on lead generation, client outreach, and hopefully a sales call, all within the same video. If you did make it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here on the journey with me. I hope you're also following along, and if you have been, you should also have the foundations of an agency too. I don't know why people come up with so many excuses, but it really doesn't take that long to get started, and you should always operate as fast as you possibly can. Not everything has to be perfect, and that's okay. There's probably some things I missed in this video, and if there are, definitely point them out. Really let me know where I need to improve in these videos, because I'm making them for you guys. I want them to be very high quality, engaging, and I want you guys to feel inspired and feel like we're a part of a community or we're a part of a team. So some action steps for you. Go through this entire video again if you haven't been following along, and do all of the steps that I did to start your own agency, so that by the next video you're ready to start outreaching with me.
If you want to connect with me, my links to my socials are in the description below. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.